North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life. Welcome to North of 49. The word retirement generally conjures thoughts of slowing down and taking it easy. But not for Kelly Watson, the North of 49er we meet on this week's show. When Kelly retired his badge after more than 3 decades as a police officer, he decided it was time to take up an old passion, one that's put him behind the wheel of a transport truck and given him the freedom to choose his own hours. Also this week, our experts tell us about how our brains and eyes change as we age, and we'll hear from an executive coach about test driving a new career before retirement. We'll also get some financial tips. At 63, Kelly Watson feels more than comfortable settling behind the wheel for a 10-hour drive. Trucking is a career he's always gravitated to, one he's decided to revisit after taking a break from it for more than 30 years.
When I first started my working life, I drove transport trucks and I loved it. It was great. It was a great job.
It may have been a great job, but it wasn't the only one Kelly was interested in.
In the back of my mind, I'd always wanted to be a policeman, but you couldn't join the RCMP in those years because you had to be single. Married guys couldn't join, and they changed that around 1973, late 73, I think it was.
At 28, Kelly seized the opportunity to follow his dream and traded his semi for a cruiser.
They told me I was going to training. Our daughter, Tara, was born. She was 1 month old, so here I was leaving. My wife and my baby daughter, leaving a job that I loved, going to Regina, wake up in the morning in a dorm with 32 guys from all over the countryside that I had no idea I'd never met before. And I'm thinking, what the heck did I do now?
The new father quickly fell in love with policing, but admits at times his career choice made life difficult. His family had to move around, often to small, isolated communities.
When we went to Port Hardy was one of those places that there was 11 members there when I went there, and most of them counted the days off till staffing promised them that they could leave, usually 3 years. And we never did that. We loved it. We bought a boat, we went out fishing, we hiked the trails out to the west coast. I joined the Rotary Club. I was involved in the high school. We absolutely loved Port Hardy. And that's just the way we always dealt with things. It was, you just make something positive out of it.
Kelly constantly exuded that positivity, even when he was working the traffic beat and handing out tickets.
I love traffic, and I would go and deal with a violator, and I always tried to make them say thank you. And something? Probably better than 90% of them, when I left, they said thank you. And I'd just given them a ticket. That's just my nature, you're friendly, you're positive, and you're fair.
After 34 years of serving on the force, Kelly decided it was time to retire, but not time to slow down.
Always wanted to do something else. Like, I didn't want to just retire and park in the chair here and watch TV. I always had something in the back of my mind I wanted to go and do other things yet.
The ideal solution was trucking. The retiree becoming an entrepreneur, contracting himself out as a driver for small companies. Now, it's not just the freedom of the open road Kelly enjoys, but also the freedom that comes with being his own boss.
I've got the best of both worlds here. I can take time off when I want to. We do a little bit of traveling, and we've also got the family. We've got the kids and the grandkids, so we want to be able to do things with them, and we take some holidays with them, go camping with them, and that's the best part of the age that I'm in, is that we have the kids and the grandkids, and they're great. We love it.
Kelly's new job also keeps him physically active and mentally spry.
I'm going out there, I'm working, I'm driving, I'm loading the trailers. I'm thinking about the weights on the trailers. You got to distribute it properly. Where my destinations, if I've got 3 or 4 or 5 drops, I've got to get them into a certain order. I got to load them in the right order, because I don't want to go to my first stop and find out it's at the front of the trailer. So there's a lot of thought that goes into it. It keeps me active, you know. You got to think about things, you got to solve problems, and my mind is busy all the time.
It's not often you meet someone who's found not one but two jobs they absolutely love, all the while juggling a happy family, but that's exactly what Kelly's managed to do. As he navigates his retirement years, he has this advice for others trucking along through life.
There's a saying that I always told people, you know, as you know, when you're going through life, it's like driving a car. You know, you got to look ahead through the windshield most of the time. If you keep looking in the mirrors, you're going to crash. So look in the mirrors once in a while, what's behind you. You know, you reflect on what's already happened, but you can't do anything about what's already happened, what's behind you. But you can do something about the future.
North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life.